This picture, this photo you see right here, it comes from a supermoon on May 5th, 2012. I took this picture, and as you can see, this area right here, that day was cloudy. This is another image, another picture that I took that day. Here one more, another one. You can see the moon is being covered by the clouds on this time. And even this other picture too. This is a photo took using a small lens. This is the horizon right here, just like a company, but some sort of factory things in there, and that's the moon right there. One more time. Now the next picture, this one right here, it's after the moon already rise. It's probably been about an hour or so. So as you can see, it looks bright and a different color. The reason I show you all these photos right now, it's because on Sunday, June 23rd, which means a few more days from now, this Sunday, we're going to have something called an astronomy called Perigee-Syzygy, or in another words, that's called supermoon. The name supermoon, it just comes from astrology. It does not come from astronomy, but the name is just been taken to name what happened on the day, a Perigee moon or Perigee-Syzygy. Now I make this image right now, right here. This is the Earth. This is the moon. I make this for people who don't know what is a supermoon or a perigee moon means, or why this happened. But this is the point. You probably know this: the moon, it's orbiting the planet Earth like this, and also the moon is rotating itself. It has a rotation, and the same time that the moon rotates is the same time that the moon takes to complete one turn around the Earth. That means in orbit. That's the reason why we never see the back side of the moon, or what we call the dark side, which is mean the back side, because it's the same speed it takes to make one turn around, the same speed takes to turn around the planet Earth. You probably understand this, probably no. It's kind of hard sometimes to understand astronomy, but you can put this picture in your mind and imagine, or probably you can make a little experiments and see and realize why we never see the backside. Now, the orbit around the planet Earth, it's called elliptic. It's because it's not exactly round. As you can see in this picture that I did, this image that I put in here together, this is just to represent, this is not on a scale, but this is to represent what happened on Perigee moon. And as you can see, there is a point where the moon, it gets real close to planet Earth. I repeat, this is just an idea, so you know why we have the supermoons most of the time once a year, and that's because the moon is very close to the Earth. When the moon is far away from the planet, we call the apogee. Now this cycle happen every 27.5 days. Some other people 0.28 days. That's the time that the moon takes to complete one turn around the planet Earth, or that's the time of the moon orbiting the Earth, 27.5 days. And that time, once a month, the moon is located on this position. So that means once a month we know the moon is real close to planet Earth. But the point is, it's not common to see a full moon on this position. And that's why at least once a year, every 2 years, we see this phenomenon, and it's actually very beautiful. That means that the moon is not only close to the planet Earth, but also it's a full moon. And that's what's going to happen on June 23rd, 2013. Okay, how far or how close will be the moon on that day? This is the website. I will put all those links on the description of this video. But this is the lunar perigee and apogee calculator. Well, let's look at this. On 2013, this year, if you look at this, let me look. Okay, June 23rd. If you compare this date with the days before and after on the same year, you will notice that on this day the moon will be at 356,989 kilometers. If you look at the day June 23rd and compare it with the full moon, let's see right here, you will see the full moon will be in June 23rd. So now this is our first point why I'm making this video right now for you guys, the persons who don't know about this things. Two things: full moon will be in June 23rd, and also in June 23rd the moon will be as close as possible to the planet Earth. So that's a very good thing. If some of you have seen the supermoon before, and then you will know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna explain you something else now. Okay, last year, it was May 5th, 2012. If you see, this is the first picture I took. It doesn't looks pretty nice. I really don't like it that much, but I want to show you this. When this happened last year, the sun barely set that day, I remember, and the day was still clear, blue skies, as you can see this moon. But this is what I want to get. I want you to keep looking at this rest of the pictures. Eventually, it start getting dark, and it was clouded the day. But even if it was like a little bit dark day or blue skies, there is something about this full moon that happened when it's on a perigee moon. And the point is, when you see the moon coming up from the horizon, it looks real big, real bright. The color changed like an orange, red. It's an impressive experience. If you have the chance before to see this, you understand what I'm talking about right now. You remember the experience. And the thing is, this happened only for the first 10, 15, 20 minutes the most after the moon rises. So that's why there's few things that we got to check for this day if you are looking forward to see the supermoon, the perigee moon that day. You can take pictures, videos. You can just, looking at this thing by yourself and just memorize this thing in your brains. But the experience will be amazing. If you have not seen this before, and if you got the chance that day, look at the horizon. I will explain you how to know which part of the sky the moon will rise. But look at the horizon and be ready when this happens, and you will know. It's one of the most beautiful events. It's one of the more wonderful things that the moon do. And this has only happened like every 1 year, every 2 years. We had it in 2011, I remember. We had it in 2012, and now we have this year again. Now, this is one thing I forgot to tell you. This picture was taken probably about 30 minutes, about an hour after the moonrise, and you can see the big differences now. After the moon is already in the sky, rise already, the colors change now to a normal moon. Now, the reason why we got this orange and red color, it's because the atmosphere. When everything is on the horizon, even the sun, it looks a different color. It looks more impressive. Now, with the moon, once it's already up, you probably don't notice that much differences. And the worst scenario is if you are not training to see the moon. Like you don't see the moon often. You don't look at the sky. You don't use a telescope, and you don't see the full moon every month. Probably when you see a moon like this on the sky, you will think that it's something normal, like every other month. But it's not. Actually, it's not. When the moon is close to the earth, it's actually about 14% bigger, 30% brighter. Probably it doesn't mean that much, but for the people who love astronomy, it is something real beautiful to watch. Now, this is a edition, a photo thing that I did last year. I did this. You can see in here, May 5th, 2012. I used this again on this year because it's almost the same information. This is a pictures that I took. I always take pictures of the moon and full moon. The people of you that watching this video know me and know my channels on Facebook. I will know that I have done this thing for a long time. But this is a compare of what 14% looks like. This is like I just put this in page and drop 40% size. So this is a regular moon we see, and this is a moon that we will see when the moon is real close to the earth, which is like a perigee moon or supermoon. So this is an idea. Like I said before, there's not much differences if you're not training to look the differences, if you never look at the moon or see the big differences, because it's really hard to compare the moon because it's an empty space. It's not rule in there. It's not a building on the side, so we can tell it's bigger or it's smaller. But the main thing is the bigger part of this event will be in the first 20-30 minutes. I will say like 15-20 minutes when the moon just rises. That's the best part of it all. You will notice the big differences on the color and on the sign. It will impress you, I can tell you that. Now, at what time the moon will rise? Well, that depends of what part of town you live. Where are you? I'm gonna put this link on the description, but this website, it's a very good website that I use all the time. I don't know if you can see the link in here. No, I don't know, you cannot see it. But just go to search for timeanddate.com on Google, or like I say, I'm gonna put this link on the description. This is what I do. I'm living in Houston, Texas. So I just click United States, Texas, Houston, and see moon rise and set. The next step to do is choose the date. I'll go all the way to June 23rd. This is the time of the moonrise. As you can see, on my city, it will rise at 8:45 p.m. and it will the meridian is at 6:35 a.m. I'm sorry, it's a moonset. The meridian passing will be at 1:10 a.m. in the morning, but the moon will set the next date for me at 6:35 a.m. So I will be from Sunday night, 8:45 p.m. That's the time when the moon will rise, and I will look at this thing the next day when the moon set. Now, because it's earlier, or let's start getting clear around 6:35 in the morning, I'm probably gonna see another beautiful, spectacular event on the morning next day when the moon set. It also will look so beautiful too. Like I say, but the best part is when the moon is just rising. I make a video last week about this in Spanish, and they didn't mark this, but now they mark it as a super full moon. Well, you got this page now. Just click on the description and the link and type your zone, whatever you are living. You can type your zone, another countries, another cities. Just type it in there and it will show up. Probably if it's not there, just select any country or city that is close to whatever they're setting in here, and then you will know what time the moon it's gonna rise. Okay, now the second thing that you need to know about this Perigee moon is the weather. This is a page you probably can use your own page that you use for your city. Just what I do, just put a Google and put Houston weather. But this page right here, this is kind of accurate. I like this one, the Weather Channel page. The only thing you have to do is just on search, put Houston, and then once you're searching there, just click weekend, and you see what's the weather in Houston on Sunday. It's partly cloudy, and I got 20% chance of rain. It looks like this weather is gonna, maybe spoil the this event, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna have this. Sorry about that, but it looks like to me that we're gonna have a good time, and I'm gonna be able to see this super moon and take pictures and put it on these websites. So I'm so positive about this. I'm already see 3 years in a row, and the 2 years, 2011 and 2012. It's been cloudy too, the same way. It's probably gonna be cloudy too, but that I don't think it's gonna be a bad thing. Well, the third thing that you need to know about this day is to know what part of the sky the moon will rise. Now, for that, I have a program, and I'm gonna put the link on the description too. If you want to use the program, it is very easy to use. This is the page right here. It's Stellarium. You're probably familiar with this page, probably not. It's been, can support different systems. You can, download this page. It's a very good. But I'm gonna show you how can we find that, what part of time, what part of the sky the moon will rise today. So there's the 3 things that I want to mention you. First, you need to know what time the moon will rise. Second, you need to know what's the weather going to be on the day. And third, you need to know what part of the sky you need to be looking at so you're expecting the moonrise, in case if you want to do photography or video. Okay, I choose to start the program right now, Stellarium, and I set this for Houston, Texas. There's a ways you can set up from any city that you are or any country you are, and you can just click on it and set up. But what I'm gonna do in here to make this video kind of quick is go change the date in here. We're going to click to June 23rd, which is the time of the supermoon. And one of the things I do it sometimes, and it's kind of easy to do it. If you're not familiar with the space, this is a very simple way to find out which part of the sky the moon will rise that day. First, you probably know which way the sun rises, as in east all the time, and then the moon changes position sometimes. It rises a little bit to the left or to the right of the sun, but this is what I want to get. It looks to me in here that the moon will rise, the sun will rise around 6:24 a.m. on that day. Where the point is, the sun rises like this and it goes like this. Now what I want to get is this. You remember this east side, and this is where the sun rises. When the time goes, there we go, and then it will set around 8:30. But this is the point. It rises on east and it turns like this and then sets, and then look at the time. This is 8 o'clock, 8:25. At 9 o'clock the moon was gonna be already there. But if I go back on time, there we go, 8:42, 8:43, around 8:45 the moon is gonna be rising on this part. Now remember where we see the sun rising on the same day? Let's go back. See, it rises on the side, on the east, like on the left part of the east. So this way to know which part of the sky you look at, to know what part of the sky the moon will rise, is just for persons that they're not experienced to look at the stars, or persons that they don't know too much about astronomy. If you're an astronomer or know more about the skies, what I'm doing right now probably looks dummy to you, but that's okay, because the purpose of this video is just try to help the persons that they don't know and they don't have an idea and they want to know. And I know sometimes it's frustrating when you don't know how to do things, but this is what you do. Look at the part of the sky where the sun rises, and a little bit to the right, a few degrees to the right, the moon will rise there. That's just simple like that. So you can have your camera ready, or you can just be ready for that, and this is the part. Now I point to this because, like I said before, believe me, this is the best part of the supermoon day. When rise the moon, it looks impressive, huge, big, orange, red. It kind of having an impression that the moon is going to crash the planet Earth, but it's amazing. So this is the the three things you need to know about the moon: which way to rise, at what time it's going to rise. You need to check the weather and check which part of the sky will rise. Okay, what do you expect to see in that day? I already showed you some of the pictures that I took last year, but if you go to Google and just put image and put supermoon, and then you will see some amazing pictures. Like this is one right here. This is the color I'm talking about, like red, orange. There's another one right here. The way you see it right now, this is real. This is not a Photoshop. This is how it looks actually. That's the color it takes exactly when rising. There's another picture right here. See, this is what I was describing. On my case, it's gonna be a little bit dark. 8:45, kind of dark, kind of a little bit light. I may see a little bit light, but I don't think that much. But in this case, looks like it was a still daytime. And this one, this is how it looks: big, huge, red or orange. See, there's the differences between this. This is probably about maybe 10 minutes already, about 7 minutes, and it still looks beautiful. See, this is probably about 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and then it start changing color. You see? You can keep looking around in here, and you see. I gotta take a chance to, if you don't mind, just to ask you if you are like to get in touch with me and keep looking at my work. I have this page from Facebook. I called the Transit of Venus 2012. I don't make money on this page. It's just completely, I do it just because I like to share with others my knowledges about astronomy. And I share some of the pictures that I took on this page and some other information. And most of the times what I do in here is translate things from English to Spanish. I like you to, if you don't mind, just get in there and give me a like, please. It helped me to keep moving forward on these projects that I have. So this is it, guys. This is a picture that I took on December 28th. That was 2012. That was the last moon of 2012. Remember, Sunday, June 23rd, 2013, we will have a Perigee-Moon or supermoon. And you can check the links that I'm going to put on the description of this video. And thank you very much for watching.